Hi, my Virgo friends. Welcome to your November 2024 monthly reading. This is going to be a Western tropical astrology reading. I'm using whole sign houses. This month is going to be a pretty powerful month. It starts with a Scorpio new moon on November 1st. And then on the same day, Pluto, which is the modern ruler of Scorpio, opposes Mars. And that the Mars Pluto opposition is a pretty difficult aspect in most cases. I mean, it can bring intense motivation for something, but it's more likely to bring anger, frustration, and maybe fights, but much more intense than what you'd normally have with just Mars. And you just have to be careful that you don't start anything because it can just really get out of control and go a lot further than you ever expected. So it's best to just walk away from any kind of fights or any arguments and don't buy into it. Um, and this is especially going to happen in the area of children, love relationships, and yeah. Um, and then at the same time, we're going to have Mercury trining Mars and sextiling Pluto. And that could actually help a little bit with that Scorpio new moon because it's bringing in positive energy to Mars and Pluto in the way of like communication, and especially communication around home and family. It can be beneficial, so keep that in mind. But this whole month, really is um kind of in this Scorpio, Pluto, a lot of Scorpio and Pluto aspects, which really are about transformation. So, especially, you know, either in the area of home and family, it's good to think about what you want, what you need to let go, what's not working for you anymore. Because the first step for transformation is to let go of something. And if you hold on to things and don't let go of what you need to let go of, then the transformation can't come in and it just gets more and more difficult if you keep hanging on to it. Then Mercury goes into Sagittarius on November 2nd. Mercury is not real happy in Sagittarius. It's in detriment, but it can still help you expand your mind and how you think. And it's important to try not to get stuck in your beliefs because that can limit you. Um, and there might be a lot more communication. It might be especially around your home and your family. So it might be good to be able to have a moment to yourself so you can kind of calm your mind down because your mind might be thinking, you might be really thinking a lot. Your thinking might be expanded and even to the point of having a busy mind. So it's good to find time to just relax your mind and not have to think too much. Meditation or however you want to do that. And then Venus in in Sagittarius will trine Chiron on the November 5th. And at the same time, Venus will oppose Jupiter in Gemini. And this is probably the most positive day of the month. It should be a day where you feel really joyful and hopeful. So so yeah, try to enjoy that day, the 5th. Then Venus will square Neptune on the 9th. And that could just, bring deception or something that's not clear, fogginess around your family. And there might be something that you are not aware of that's happening. So keep that in mind for November 9th. And then on the 11th, Capricorn or Venus will go into Capricorn. And that can bring a more fun around, you know, what you do for leisure and fun, pleasure, or or relationships with children and love relationships. It might just, bring in a little more fun in that area. And then, Mercury will square Saturn on November 12th. That could slow down, motivation around home and family matters. It could slow down communication in that area too. And then on the 14th, Venus will square the North Node in Aries, and Mars will trine the North Node also in Aries. And that could just, kind of motivate us to let go of things that aren't serving us anymore, and, really follow our dreams and do what we want to do instead of what we've been doing our whole lives that maybe we were told to do by our parents or whatever. And it's always good for us. I think we do better when we're doing what we love, most of the time. Yeah, and it might help you if you're dealing with, debt, taxes, or investments, or money from your own business or inheritance. And then on the 15th, we have a Taurus full moon. And Taurus is usually grounding and stabilizing, but with Uranus conjunct it could bring in a lot of unexpected surprises. Things might not go exactly the way you expect, especially around your beliefs, travel, or higher learning or teaching. And then the sun will square Neptune on November 18th. And that's probably gonna shine a light or put a focus on things that are hidden or out of control, out of our control, that we can't control in regarding relationships. And then on the 18th, Mercury will trine Chiron, and that can help us deal with deep psychological wounds, and through communication, especially helping others too with communication can also heal our wound. If you help others that have the same insecurities as you do, it can really help you as well. Then on November 19th, Pluto will go back into Aquarius, and it's been going back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius for quite some time now, almost 2 years. And it will not go, this time it will not go back into Capricorn. It's going to stay in Aquarius. So we will never see it in our lifetime again in Capricorn after the 19th, because it takes 250 years for Pluto to go around the zodiac. So any place that it is in our chart, we will never see it there again once it leaves. But it is like a generational energy, and it takes a long time for Pluto to get through a sign. It's going to take 20 years to get through Aquarius. But we've already had a taste of what Pluto in Aquarius feels like. Earlier this year, we had Pluto in Aquarius for a few months, and that was the longest it's been in there so far. And this will affect us, as far as, in Capricorn, it was transforming children and lovers and leisure, that part of our chart. And now it will go into your 6th house of health and work and service to others and pets. So those are the kind of things that might transform in your life, or you might need to transform. And then, on November 19th, the sun will trine Mars. And that'll just kind of shine a light on what we have to be motivated for, or what bring more motivation maybe to what we need to do at home or with our friends for that matter. Because Mars is in Cancer, that's where the home part comes in, but being in your 11th house of friends, it could, you know, have you spending more time with friends in your home even. Then on November 21st, the sun will sextile Pluto, and that can bring some things that are hidden into the light. And whenever Mars, sun sextiles Pluto, that's usually what happens. And since Pluto just went into Aquarius, then it'll be in that part of your chart. And that could be health and work, or it could shine a light on what you need to transform as far as health, daily routines, work, and pets. And then Mercury will go retrograde in Sagittarius on November 25th. And it will stay in retrograde until December 15th, but it will be in pre-shadow on November 9th, from November 9th, which basically means that on December 15th, when it's finished with the retrograde, it's going to be back at where it was on November 9th. So that planet is basically just going to keep going back over that spot, over anything between where it is on December 25th and where it is on December 15th, multiple times. And so that's just going to make it so we might have to redo things, or just things that we have done since November 9th in the area of home and family and real estate even. So anyway, that is all I had for the month of November for Virgo. And like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, so you can get more of my videos and be alerted when they come out. And you can go to logicalastrology.com, which is my website, to book a reading, or I also have lots of free stuff on the website. I have a weekly reading, I have a monthly reading that are both pretty thorough of what's for the aspects that are going on, and it shows all the aspects and when they are, from when to when you're going to be feeling it, and it gives you a lot more information. So go ahead and check that out, logicalastrology.com, and have a great month, and we'll see you next month.